Level 4.
For all your hard-hitting, high-octane extreme sports highlights and recaps, you're listening to the #1 sports station in the sprawl. Now here's Gabbin' 'Bout Goblin Ball with your hosts, Rhonda and Peg.
Oh, Rhonda, what about the outcome of last night's game, the Brawlers and the Lightning?
Oh, Peg, you don't want to get me started on that.
But I do.
First, the big news. They finally decided on the new name for the Goblin Ball Stadium.
After months of in-person and in-creature polling, the most popular name as voted by the Sprawl appears to be the I don't know whatever for overpriced food.
I like it.
I hate it.
We're split down the middle. Let us know what you think by calling the station at 555-21.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an urgent announcement. It has just been reported that Princess Desdemona, the sole heir of late King Oswin and sovereign successor to the throne, has been reported missing early this morning. In the wake of her mysterious disappearance, the Guard Corps and City Council are scrambling to maintain order over the city. All other radio programs have been canceled until further notice. I'm Manuel Mentiroso, waiting quietly by the microphone for any new information.
That Rhonda and Peg sure do know their goblin ball. And I hope the princess is all right.
All right. Yeah, we're just going to...
Whoa, someone's in a rush. Where are you headed to, my little rocket?
Sorry, sir, can't talk. Gotta go down to the guard shed to work for my... Wait a minute. Dad? What are you doing here? I thought you'd be running errands for Stryker or Malcolm or whoever. Do you have the day off?
I wish. Since Princess Desdemona went missing, Councilwoman Ash is really cracking the whip. She's got me pulling double duty, doing her little odd jobs and tasks. She's acting like she runs the place.
She kind of does.
What are you doing here?
I missed you. I guess I just wanted to come check in.
Don't worry, nobody knows that your daughter is covering for you at work.
Everybody knows.
It's not about that. I mean, that's great and all, but are you holding up okay? Really? Are you sure? Because I could...
No, that's okay. I think I got it.
You could stop your gambling addiction and...
Even the times when you...
Yeah, those parts too.
Oh, okay.
You're just saying all this because the princess is missing and you're feeling all sentimental.
All right, I'll stop. I'm just happy to see you're here.
Not for long. I'm due down at the shed.
And I'm off to take down any goblin-friendly signage and pro-non-human literature across the sprawl. Not sure why, but then again, mine is not to ask, just to do as I'm told.
That is the worst reason to do something.
We are so alike in so many ways.
So long. See you at the tavern if I get off in time.
See you, Dad.
They have such a wholesome relationship.
Attention!
Oh God, is this it? Did I pull a real Randy and mess up so badly you had to come down here yourself and fire me?
Soldier, it's nothing like that. You did not pull a Randy.
Thank God.
I'm here to personally approve the upgrade of the Wicked 3000. With the princess missing and between you and me, the council's increased paranoia, the jail lever has been reinstated. You can get back in your chair now.
That would have been helpful
Another
when we
lever
had
means more work for me.
Chloe.
Does that mean I get a pay raise?
That's hilarious. Seriously funny stuff. No, but now instead of determining who should enter or be denied from the sprawl, you also must correctly identify criminal threats and jail them. Any questions?
Why are we entrusting this with a 12-year-old?
How will I figure out who to deny and who to jail?
Let's use a real-life example. Someone you've seen already. This criminal is best known for burning down orphanages full of sleeping children. What do you do?
Yeah, we're going to...
Good work, soldier. Just denying her would not protect the surrounding villages. And what's to stop her from going to the next gate and getting lucky with a guard like Randy?
I feel like we're kind of dissing on Randy a little bit. All he did was start a riot.
That's all I have to say about that. Any further questions?
Well, I've got
Yeah.
you. Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Well, I grew up a military brat. My father was a general for the princess's grandfather, King Artemis. Wait, why am I telling you this? You received your briefing, now do your duty.
And
Because it
just
gives
when I
you-
thought we were bonding.
Alright, the royal writ. Due to the sudden and unexplained absence of the prince's visitors, should be thoroughly vetted and harassed, questioned, and don't be afraid to use that delicious new jail lever, Striker. The city's morale has hit an all-time low. Anyone from the entertainment sector should be bumped to the front of the line. We are instituting a severe cutback on non-human entrants to the sprawl. Secondhand intelligence suggests that a goblin was behind the princess's disappearance. Therefore, we are issuing a blanket no goblins allowed policy this week. In fact, I'll pay 12 gold for every goblin I see in the dungeon by the end of your shift, Ash. Be on the lookout for would-be heroes and vigilantes wanting to offer their assistance in search and rescue efforts for the princess. The High Council of the Sprawl have their own plan to ensure the princess's safe return. This princess thing. People are going nuts. Have you heard about the crazy no goblins allowed policy? Let's dial that back to a more comfortable one goblin allowed. At the very least, it'll bug Councilwoman Ash Malcolm by royal decree. Okay, so we have two contradicting writs. All right, so we are going to be able yeah, I definitely want that. We'll put one in there for now. We're gonna still put one in for the bullwhip, one for the decoder ring, one for the metal detector, one there, and I believe we have enough left over that we can do so we have one of everything, so we can save the less reliable one until we really need it.
Hello there, my name is Buttface. I am a farmer from Firewall Canyon, a quaint little town just on the other side of the sprawl. I am coming into town today to sell produce I have grown with my own two hands from land that was left to me by my great goblin uncle in his will. His dying wish was that I restore the family farm to its former glory. At least, I think that is what it says. He did not have the best handwriting.
Sorry. Did you say your name was Budface?
Yes, I did. It is certainly not what I would have chosen to fill it characters. I would have liked Spencer One or even Quincy Hart. But you cannot choose your own name, am I right?
You can choose your own screen name though. I do like the 8-bit music.
Gotta expand and sell my produce in new markets. The old farm has not been doing too well as of late. I am afraid I have put my priorities into other areas like foraging and fishing. I am quite horrible at growing vegetables, but I am your goblin if you need someone to gather pine cones.
Yeah.
There's no way you could be a disappointment to your great goblin uncle. Not with a name like Buttface.
Sadly, he never knew my name. He died before it was inputted by an unknowable entity.
Awkward pause.
But just look at this rice I grew.
Yeah, yoink.
Please take it. No one would buy it from me anyway.
Okay. Because it's poor quality? Low quality.
Aside from farming, I often fill my time talking and giving gifts to the townsfolk and other strangers I meet. Like I did with you on the bag of rice. This helps me gain favor and friendships, with the eventual goal of falling in love and getting married. I have not been successful at it yet.
Is it really gaining you favor, though?
I do not think anyone likes the gifts I have given them.
I can see why.
Maybe instead of rice or pine cones, you could give something more valuable, like money or gemstones?
Good idea. Do you have any?
No.
Yes, and my gemstones are for my future spouse. Get your own.
On some days, I go on adventure in the caves. The caves that are filled with monsters and ghosts and bugs and bats and all sorts of scary things. I hate going in there, but everybody says it is necessary. I do not think it is necessary. I think it is terrifying. Please do not make me go in there again. You cannot make me.
Look out! There's a monster behind you right now!
That's
Where?
cruel.
Oh, you are only fooling me.
No, I'm not!
Where?
You're such a noob, Buttface.
Yeah, so, but he is a goblin. So we're going to send him straight to jail.
Listen, I'm under strict rules not to let goblins in today, so I'm gonna have to throw you in jail.
Is the jail on the other side of this gate?
Yes?
Then technically you are letting me inside it.
That's semantics.
No, I'm technically... Stop poking holes in the logic.
Are you seriously throwing me in jail?
Hasta la vista, Buttface.
Received 12 gold for sending a goblin to prison. 3 stars. You were pretty callous and heartless sending him to the dungeon, but Councilwoman Ash was quite insistent, so good job.
Magic lovers of the sprawl, please put your hands together for the one, the only, the Edward, the great magician! Alakazoo, Alakazee! And I appear! Thank you, thank you! Wait a second, this doesn't look like a little kid's birthday party. Oh wait, there's one! Excuse me, are you Becky Schneiderman? Is this your birthday party?
No, I'm not Becky, and it's not my birthday.
I'm sitting in a hot shed all alone. Which, you know, isn't actually as bad as some of the birthdays I've had.
Then I'm in the right spot. Can't believe I found my way here, especially without my glasses.
Let's talk to him.
So, Becky the birthday girl, sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed by me, the Edward the Great.
Wait, but I'm not... Actually, I want to see where this is going.
Now, for my first trick, please pick a number between 1 and 7.
Could do...
Was the number that you're thinking of the number 6?
Nope. What else do you do?
Let's see. he said he couldn't find his glasses. Let's come over here and maybe we can find his glasses. And a number of other things too.
So that's where Mr. Fluffy Bunny went. Guess I won't be getting the deposit back after all.
Alright, so we have a bunny, a book, his glasses, a deck of cards, and I was gonna think that those were juggling rings, but I think those are locking rings. I'll mention his glasses.
There's a pair of glasses in your boot.
My boot? My glasses! You helped me find them! Thank you, thank you, thank you, little girl! Tell you what, on your next birthday, I'll perform for free!
That's... Don't worry about it.
Okay. Let's...
This has been great, Eddie, but I gotta come clean. I'm not Becky Schnauzenholder or whatever. My name is Lil, and this is a guard shed, and you haven't even made it into the city yet.
What? Oh, rats. Come on, the Edward, get it together. This is all because I couldn't see where I was trying to get to. Now I'm going to be super late for this kid's party.
I trust him.
You're not late. You're building suspense.
Well, if I build too much of it, I won't get my 40 gold and slice of birthday cake.
Okay. But I believe the writ is anyone in the entertainment sector. So let's... I almost denied him. We're just gonna admit.
Ever since I pulled a bouquet of flowers from my parents' garden shop out of my sleeve, I knew I wanted to be a magician, and you're making this dream come true for me. And now that I have my glasses, I should be able to find my way to the party no problem. Alakazoo, Alakazee, my magic career is saved!
That doesn't rhyme. Alright. This magician had a booking to get to, and you could see that the sprawl needs joy at a time like this. And he could see because you found his glasses. Good work.
Hello!
Hi.
Hello! We would like to enter. I would like to enter the sprawl, please.
And you are...
Magnus the Magnificent, renowned member of the Mages Guild. Surely you have heard of me.
Should that be mages? We're gonna interrogate.
What business do you have in town today, Magnus?
At the Great Library, there is an incantation in Sir...
Bartholomew Inglebrook.
Bartholomew Inglebrook's third treatise on the...
Lunar implications.
Lunar implications for plant magic that becomes legible but twice a year. I must see it with my own eyes.
Seems like an oddly specific feature of a book. I have doubts.
What the hell was that?
What was what?
You really struggled to get that out. I'm not convinced you know what you're talking about.
Well, you don't sound like you know what you're talking about either.
I'll talk to him one more
Is there any way we
time.
can move this along? My legs are very sore from standing here.
Your legs are sore?
Yes, my legs. My regular, non-talking legs.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't.
fellas, you can give it up.
I'm sure I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
belt
you
up.
do.
She knows.
Belt up.
You got us. We're goblins through and through. We're meeting up with a couple other gobbos to talk about what's going on in this city for folks like us.
What does that mean?
The princess goes missing, and all of a sudden there's a no goblin order in the sprawl? What's that about?
Maybe a goblin kidnapped the princess?
I'd like to see the proof of that.
Let's see. Yeah, I want to talk to him one more
Needless
time.
to say, goblins are getting some especially unfair treatment all of a sudden, and there's this group called the Goblin Liberation Army that's putting down roots in the city.
Yeah, Goblucion army bolded, so we know it's important.
Don't tell her. We'll get in trouble.
It's okay, Gary. Look, kid, if you let us in, I'll give you the address and the password so you can come see for yourself tonight.
I do trust him.
I had no idea this was happening in the sprawl. I'm glad you told me.
It's a rough go for a goblin in these parts, up against some powerful people, but you know what they say. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Mark Goblin Twain.
Right. Okay, so can't do anything else. We could deny them. We could send them to jail. I mean, it's 24 gold, but they are going to give us information on the Liberation Army.
Alright guys, I'll let you come in. Just don't go spreading it around. I could get in a lot of trouble for this.
Hey, that's really cool of you. You're a friend to us non-humans. If you want, come to the meeting at GLA headquarters. It'll really open your eyes to what's going on around here.
Maybe I will.
So that will be an interesting place to go. Gives us a new location. You ignored the rip by emitting 2 goblins in 1 turn, but on the other hand, you unlocked a new location.
Salutations to you, little sister of this big, beautiful world. My journeys across this land have brought me here to your doors. What does sweet fortune have in store for me today? That I do not know, but it's a hell of a ride, let me tell you.
Alright, let's...
Where have you journeyed here from?
You really want to know?
Sure.
Oh, I've been around for a spell, always on the move. From the mountains north of Petrad, the great desert in the south of Marvog, along the crystal shores of Lake Inez, past the dread Castle Caladar and the quaint farmlands of Fireball Canyon. I've wandered through all of these many, many times, but for my money, there's no place like the sprawl. People everywhere you look leading their busy lives. Every once in a while, stop to take in how beautiful it all is. You can't buy that, little sister.
No, you certainly can't.
You seem like a very easygoing dude.
Well, my little dudette, life's been pretty good to me. Not as if someone peed on my rug.
Is that a common expression?
It is where I come from.
Yeah, I don't know where you come
Word
from
on the
then.
street is Princess Desdemona has disappeared. Some say kidnapped, some say run away.
Kidnapped or do I think she kidnapped or ran away? I could see where she ran away because
I think
that's
she
a
ran
lot of...
away.
Whatever did happen, it has truly bummed me out.
A lot of decision making that doesn't reflect her own wishes.
I've got more to say if you've got the ears to listen.
Not right now.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, little sister.
But we are going to...
After King Oswin died, it didn't take long for would-be successors to start lining up. 3 in particular, a young headstrong counselor, a battle-hardened lieutenant in the Guard Corps, and the court jester, although I don't know if anyone took him seriously or not. These 3 have been battling for control of the sprawl for years now.
But what about the princess? She's next in line.
True, but at the time she was just a kid. Now she's grown, but I fear that these outside forces are using her as a pawn.
Let's keep this
I see
moving.
the tempo with the big city is in your blood, kid.
Yeah, you've got to have something on you. But he's chill, so we're gonna admit him. And we might have to redo
I'm a leaf
this
in the
one.
wind, little sister, and you are a gentle breeze guiding me along my way.
And there it is. I've reached my limit with you.
Yeah, let's wash this whole conversation.
Right you are. Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, so based on his reaction, he seems fine with your decision. We're gonna rewind that, just to him. Although, I wonder if I can go back and get turn the 2 goblins
to
in.
you, little sister of this big, beautiful world. My journeys across this land have brought me here to your doors. What a sweet fortune have in store for me today? That I do not know. But it's a hell of a ride, let me tell you.
Where have you journeyed here from?
You really want to know?
No, we've already done this.
No problemo. You're obviously very busy. Just every once in a while, stop to take in how beautiful it all is. You can't buy that, little sister.
Yep, I agree.
You seem
I
like a
trust
very
you.
easygoing dude.
Well, my little dudette, life's been pretty good to me. Not as if someone peed on my rug.
Is that a common expression?
It is where I come from.
I bet I could go back and get... So let's... I'm pretty sure he's got something on him. There he is. There it is.
I call this particular blend Peace Blossom, bringing joy and...
Yeah, we're gonna yoink that.
I understand completely. You have a job to do and you're doing it. I hope you let that Peace Blossom spread and blow its beautiful bounty across the sprawl.
I'm just gonna put it in this contraband box here.
Yeah, also known as my inventory.
Yeah, man, that's cool too.
Yeah, with that, we're just going to admit. I'm
a leaf in the wind, little sister, and you...
And there it is.
Right you are. Hasta...
Alright, there it is. You saw he was holding and purloining his stash. I'm sure it'll make its way to the authorities, right? Right? I really just want to do just one. Yeah, I want to see if I admit, take these guys. I want to go back and look and see And I'm gonna skip through everything, but
Hello!
Hi.
Hello! We would like to enter. Hi!
And you are?
we're gonna skip
Magnus the
through
Magnus.
this. Because I want to check and see in my bag. I do not have... I don't have the thing, so we're just gonna have to go through. We're
What
just gonna
business do you have in town?
click through.
Barthol?
Bartha!
Lunar implant.
Yeah, we're gonna
What
doubt.
the hell was that?
What was...
You really...
Well, you... Is there any way we could move this?
Your legs are sore?
Yes,
Doubt.
Okay, fellas.
I'm sure...
Oh, Belta.
You got us.
What is that?
The prince.
Maybe a...
I'd like to. Needless to say, God.
Don't tell her.
It's okay.
So yeah, so we're gonna
I had
trust
no
them.
idea this was happening.
It's a.
Mark.
Yeah, we're just gonna admit. It's 2 goblins, but yeah.
Alright, guys. I'll let you...
Hey, if you want.
Maybe I will.
Salutations to you. What a sweet. I call this particular blend Peace Blossom, bringing joy and mirth wherever she goes. Medicinal, of course.
Yoink.
I understand.
I'm just gonna put...
Yeah, man. That...
Okay, and then we're just going to admit him.
I'm a leaf in the wind that'll...
And there it is.
Right you are.
Assuming I get my 4 stars, yeah. Alright.
Lil, you've got to close down the shed for the day and come with me immediately. By now you've heard that Princess Desdemona has disappeared, right? Good. Any other week the royal advisors might have given her a day or two before sounding the alarm. But with the mucky mucks from Petrard and Marvog in town, we have to get her back before things around here get any worse.
I hope nothing bad happened to her, but what does any of this have to do with me?
I asked my boss the same thing. In fact, I said, why the hell would they need that piece of... You know, that's not important now. Do what you have to do to close up shop here, and then you're coming downtown to the city council chambers with me.
Yeah. Alright, so level 4 score we got... So 3.5? 3.5, you were paid 20 gold. Alright. Could have gotten 24 out of that, but...
Hello? Is anyone there? Can somebody tell me why I've been summoned?
Lilith, guardian of the southern gate, step forward into the light.
I'm seeing the light. Oh, that light.
are you? Can somebody please tell me what exactly is going on here?
Lil, you have been chosen.
To play the hit game that's sweeping the sprawl. That's right, it's time for... So You Think You Can Save a Princess!
What the hell is going on?
That's right, Lil. Today you're getting the chance to send one of these lucky adventurers on the escapade of a lifetime to search for and rescue your beloved Princess Desdemona.
I didn't ask to do this.
It didn't ask to
And
do
let's
any
find
of
out who
this.
those lucky adventurers are. Adventurer number 1 is a hard-headed, go-getting warrior from the desert plains of the alluring Marvog Empire. Please welcome Neil Warkiller! Adventurer number 2 is a nomad by nature, mage by profession, who likes the rain and getting caught in a pina colada. It's Articulous Flamehands! And finally, adventurer number 3. You might recognize this thief from their wanted poster. Wanted dead or alive for looking so darn good, let's hear it for Perry Shoutson!
I still don't fully understand what's happening.
Yeah, nobody does, Lil.
And no heroic voyager would be complete without a shadowy figure pulling the strings from the darkness. So let's welcome our sponsors, Lieutenant Stryker, Councilwoman Ash, and Court Jester Malcolm.
I'm rooting for you. Might makes right.
Focus and the day will be ours. Information is power.
Aim for the knees and bite, bite, bite!
Now, Lil, you're going to get the chance to ask these adventurers a series of questions to determine their suitability for this quest. At the end of the third round, you choose the winner of the grand prize, being sent on a perilous mission to save the princess, a few guaranteed brushes with death, and a coupon for an all-you-can-eat dining experience at Monty's, home of the soup.
Dad does love Monty's. Let's do this.
Let's see. Round 1.
All right, Lil, what would you like to ask our trio of intrepid would-be heroes?
Yeah, favorite ice cream.
If you were an ice cream flavor, what flavor would you be? And why?
And who would you like to ask?
No contest. Mint chocolate. Period.
You can ask another adventurer if you like.
Let's ask the mage.
You know that smell when it's about to rain? I'd like to be an ice cream of that flavor.
That isn't
Any
a
chance you
flavor.
could pick another, normal flavor?
No.
Oh, you know that feeling when electricity is coursing through you? Maybe an ice cream of that flavor.
You could have just said no.
Round 2.
And your second question is?
Let's say you save the princess and she falls in love with you. What's your ideal first date?
And who's that one for?
Easy. We engage in feats of strength. Combat without weaponry, using only our bodies, one against the other. And as we begin to sweat...
Oh, okay. I think we're done here.
You can ask another adventurer if you like. A day filled with wonders. Taking in a musical comedy, perhaps some light shopping, and of course, a delicious meal. Afterwards, you find a nice little spot in the park, and I will dazzle the senses with a magical display of fireworks created by my elemental magical powers.
What's a guy gotta do to get picked for a question around here? I got some exciting answers.
Let's stick to the format, folks. There's a rich tradition we're preserving here. Please, wait your turn.
A warrior does not wait his or her turn. He or she acts.
All right, Neil, calm down now.
You are gaslighting me and the berserker spirits of my ancestors, Mike Melroy.
Uh-oh, looks like the warrior has entered the heightened state of berserker mode.
Uh-oh.
Lil, which contestant do you think will be able to get us out of this dilly of a pickle?
Let's go with...
Neil, keep it together for just a few more seconds. Neil, what's your favorite animal?
Do a sparrow.
Neil, look at this little fella.
I feel the blood rage calming. I can't murder everyone present in front of something so small and perfect. I am calm.
Whew. I'm glad you didn't pick anything larger than a bread box. I'm not licensed for that. Due to that unscheduled outburst, we are a little tight for time. Lil, do we squeeze in one more round, or are you feeling ready to choose?
Let's do one more round.
I think I got one more round in me.
Round 3.
Lil, what's your final question going to be?
Favorite childhood memory.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
And you're asking? I was visiting my father at Castle Caladar on that infamous day Froderick Frankenstein conducted his great experiment. I was enraptured. I couldn't help myself. I got too close. I was struck by the alchemical lightning he had captured. Everyone panicked, screaming, wailing as I was lifted into the air. But I was fine. Better than fine. That was the day I realized my powers as an elemental mage, able to harness the raw powers of the earth. My father never looked at me the same after that. You can ask another adventurer if you like.
Not too many great memories from the mining caves of Mosh, but when I was about 11 years old, a group of kids took me under their wing. They taught me how to pick pockets and become a proper thief. They told me I could consider myself at home, consider myself one of the family. They'd taken to me so strong, it was clear we were gonna get along.
I swear I've heard that somewhere before. Sung.
You're mistaken.
All right.
Uh-oh, you know what that means.
I have no idea what that means. This is so stupid.
You're stupid.
That sound means it's time for the lightning round.
The lightning round.
Lil, please choose the adventurer that you'd like to see play the lightning round.
Let's do... Since he seems to be adept at lightning, and this is a lightning round, we're gonna go with the mage.
All right, Articulus, are you ready for the lightning round? I am. Most impressive. I felt that, a little. Well deduced that I'm an elemental mage, Lil.
Yep, that wasn't a random lucky guess at all.
Yeah, he literally told us he was an elemental mage, not but 2 minutes ago.
Uh-oh, you know what that sound means.
Oh God, not again.
That sound means we are out of time. All right, Lil, now's your moment of truth. Who do you want to choose to rescue Princess Desdemona?
Alright, so we've got...
Don't overthink this. My hero is by far the strongest and the most experienced in battle. A natural choice to save our dear princess.
But we're not running a battle. We're running, effectively, a stealth mission to go in and rescue her.
My adventurer stood up to lightning. Can the others do that? I'd like to see them try. Choose wisely. Choose my adventurer.
Unless you're going into a thunderstorm, lightning is not really practical.
The thieving arts might not be as sexy as a halberd or a fistful of magic missiles, but we have no idea what's befallen the princess. And my guy is your guy.
I have to say it'd probably be best to have a stealth mission, so we're gonna go with, the rogue. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, humans and otherwise, the winner of So You Think You Can Save a Princess and proud owner of an all-you-can-eat dining experience at Monty's Home of the Soup is... Perry Schoutsen, the Thief.
Hey, everything's coming up Millhouse.
Alright.
And that's all for us here today. Please help control the pet population. Have your gargoyles spayed or neutered. So long, everybody.
Was...
And then I had to choose who the heck was gonna rescue Princess Desdemona. It was the craziest thing. And don't even get me started on the lightning round.
You have the most vivid imagination, Lil.
Why doesn't anybody believe me about these things?
Can't talk, Lil. Pretending to wipe the counter while I eavesdrop on the prince and the praetor over there. Can't talk. Pretending to cook while I spy on that hunka fine piece of wizard over there.
Okay, so we're gonna start...
This hat...
Mr. Fantastico.
It is not as fantastic as my previous hat. My journey, it continues.
You will find it. You will find your hat. Alright.
Salutations to you, little sister of this big, beautiful world. My journeys across this land have brought me here.
I know. We met. At the gate?
Whoa, I completely
don't
forgot.
remember.
Gotta go easy on the Peace Blossom. Anywho, what did you want to talk about?
Let's talk about King
What do you know
Oswin.
about King Oswin?
After King Oswin died, it didn't take long for would-be successors to start lining up. 3 in particular, a young headstrong counselor, a battle-hardened lieutenant in the Guard Corps, and the court jester. Although I don't know if anyone took him seriously or not. These 3 have been battling for control of the sprawl for years now.
But what about the princess? She's next in line.
True, but at the time she was just a kid. Now she's grown, but I fear that these outside forces are using her as a pawn.
So many pawns being used.
Anything else you want to know about?
Yeah, let's talk about...
What do you know about Councilwoman Ash?
Back when I knew Ash, she was already bitter, jaded, and afraid of anything she didn't understand. A true protectionist, looking to keep everyone in their own little box. If she had her way, nothing would ever change or grow, and eventually we would all look, dress, and think exactly the same way. Anything else you want to know about?
Stryker.
What do you know about Lieutenant Stryker?
Stryker has always lived in a world of black and white. There's good and evil and nothing in between.
No gray.
If you're good in Stryker's eyes, you get nothing. Left to fend for yourself, but free. But if you're bad, the hammer of the law is swift and brutal. Small offenses come attached to massive mandatory minimum punishments. You've heard of 3 strikes and you're out? As far as Stryker's concerned, it's 2 strikes. The strike you make and the strike she makes.
That kind of cuts it down to really 1 strike.
Anything else you want to know about?
Let's talk about Malcolm and
what do
his
you know
exposition.
About Malcolm?
I have no idea what Malcolm's end goal is, and honestly, I don't think he knows either. I think if he had his way, there'd be no rules, no laws, no Lil Guardsman at the gate. Just let the whole place run itself.
Complete laissez-faire.
This dog-eat-dog mentality would work for some, and for others, things could get a whole lot worse. He doesn't care about people, doesn't care if they're good or bad. Our greatest strength is how we work together.
Teamwork makes the
dream work. Under Malcolm, we would never reach anything near our collective potential. Anything else you want to know about?
War.
Do you really think war is on the horizon?
Mark my words, little sister. The sulfur mines in Petrard have not been this busy in a generation, filling the air with smoke as they produce gunpowder and explosives. And the Marvog are sharpening their knives. How many ballets can there be? With a predator already established, this looks like training to me. Even here in the sprawl, the power vacuum of King Oswin's death has everyone jockeying for position, threatening the internal balance of the entire kingdom.
Oh, geopolitics.
But then again, what do I know? Just an old wizard wandering from town to town looking for a little bit of joy to put in my pocket. Anything else you want to know about?
Nope, I'm good. We're going to... Sighs loudly. Blinks and says nothing. Sighs even more loudly. Blinks and says nothing.
Is everything okay, Beverly?
No, Lil. No, everything is not okay, Beverly. My dear true love, Princess Desdemona...
Just to recap, this is the dear true love that you've never met, but one time you both happened to be at the Goblin Ball Stadium?
You phrased that so beautifully. Yes, that same she.
How did you get in? I denied you access.
What about her, Bev?
When I'd heard she'd vanished, I tried to get on So You Think You Can Save a Princess, but none of the advisors wanted me as their champion.
Beverly, you're a janitor at the Goblin Ball Stadium.
Maybe you're right. Maybe a guy like me can't be the hero in my own life story. Mom always said I lacked that main character energy. Tell me what to do, Lil. Should I return to my job or go off to rescue my darling love?
What the hell? I say, go for it, Beverly. Risk it for the biscuit.
What biscuit?
It's a metaphorical biscuit. In this case, the biscuit is the princess.
And you think I should risk what exactly?
No, you're gonna risk your life,
Risk
bud.
your life, Beverly.
Without Princess Desdemona, my life has no meaning anyway.
That's the spirit.
so sad.
Aye, indeed. And thus I will be off to find my destiny. Thank you, Lil, for everything.
Don't
Hope you
mention
come back. Hope you come back. Alright, let's... Yeah, I'm gonna have to find the dwarf again to fix that.
Pathetic, weak coward! You should do the honorable thing and let me kill you.
Oh, you would just love that, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
I would like to commend you on your choice of adventurer. The princess is as good as rescued.
On behalf of the Marvog Empire, I vehemently disagree. You had the chance to send a powerful warrior, but instead you chose a sneaky, deceitful thief.
She made the right choice. The kingdom of Petrard supports her.
But it was more of a stealth mission than a bombard.
The Marvog Empire would grudgingly accept an apology for your actions.
Oh, sure. I'll apologize.
Looking back, I agree with you, Praetor Kargan. If I could do it over again, I would choose the warrior.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
Please forgive my error, and do not take it as a slight against the Marvog Empire.
The Marvog Empire accepts your most gracious apology. You truly are a friend of our people, and this will not soon be forgotten.
This slight shall be remembered by the kingdom of Petrard.
Yeah, I really could care less.
I don't want to make things any worse than they are already. I'll leave them be.
Alright. Do I have any money?
You've been at this
To
a
get
while.
power crystals.
You should have enough cash by now to power up your arsenal. Take a look.
34. So, I mean, I've got plenty of crystals, and I don't have enough to power up anything. Unless I sell this. That is some strong stuff, dude. Yeah, we're going to sell that. Let's get another use of... maybe the metal detector? Next time I might get the decoder again, because I've got 3 of the truth. Alright, let's see. I know the jukebox is busted. Talk to him, talk to them. Let's see, what else do I have? Is there anywhere else I can go? Ah, Goblin meeting address. Lil walks down a dark back alley to find a red door. She knocks, hears movement behind the door, and suddenly a slit opens and she sees a pair of glowing yellow eyes peering out at her.
Were you followed? What's the password?
I'm not sure I was given the password, or I'll do.
Get out of here, kid. Go home.
Wait a minute. I think I've got it here somewhere. Viva la Goblucion.
Come on in.
That's kind of a weird password, but okay.
Don't even get me started. Who do they think built this city up into the sprawling metropolis they get to enjoy today? Because it sure as hell wasn't humans. Did humans haul the stone that became our roads and buildings? No! Troll labor did that! Did humans dig the intricate system of subterranean tunnels that became the world's greatest sewer system, getting our piss and shit off the streets? No! Our mole brothers and sisters did that!
Yeah, gross
The
but
late
true.
King Oswin was a man full of empty promises. He vowed to end the persecution and oppression of all goblins, dwarves, kobolds, vampires, you name it. But last time I checked, I'm still treated like a second-class citizen.
Yeah, I never
The day of
cared
the
either
royal
way.
wedding approaches, and the powers that be are sitting fat, but they are blind. Hear my words, people. That day will be their undoing. That day will be their reckoning. A change is coming on that wedding day. Will you RSVP for the revolution?
Yeah.
Go home, everybody, and keep your eyes and ears open for what happens next. I invite my inner circle to join me downstairs. Light refreshments will not be served, as Carl forgot it was his week to bring orange slices.
Alright. So now, can we go that way? We cannot go any further that way.
How's it going, Gobos?
You came! You owe me $5, Gary.
It's worth it. Did you hear him? Isn't he amazing? What did you think?
I don't know. He was fine. But I am sorry. I really had no idea how bad it was for you guys.
You're lucky his slide projector broke down. The audio visuals make it even more horrifying.
So, is something really gonna happen on Princess Desdemona's wedding day? Like on a...
Who knows? The leader and his inner circle keep their cards pretty close to their chest. But whatever it is, it's gonna be a real game changer.
Well, I'm just glad I'm not invited.
Just keep your ears peeled and your eyes to the ground. You'll get your chance to be on the right side of history. You'll see.
I hope so. See you around, fellas.
Viva la Goblucion!
Yeah, we're gonna say it back.
Viva la Goblucion!
Viva la Goblucion.
You're getting it.
Alright, anything else I can click on? Tangled web of corruption and lies and some coupons, and there's Monty's. I saw something back here. No, I already talked to you. No. Okay. Let's leave. With that, I believe that is all I can do for the day. So we're gonna go back to the Twisted Sister. And we are going to
I think I've done everything I need to do, but are you sure you're ready to hit the hay?
Yeah, because I've talked to everybody and I can't go to any more locations. So we're gonna hit the hay and end the day. Buttface. Jail was going to be tough for Buttface, the farming goblin, as many of the prisoners were aware that the putrid produce they had been eating in their rations came from his lousy land. But he wasn't locked in with them, they were locked in with him. In the years of dungeon crawling for Orr had taught, if the years of dungeon crawling had taught Buttface anything, it was this: find the biggest sword you can and swing it wildly in front of you. He managed to maim and dismember 3 fellow prisoners and 2 guards until he was finally subdued. What started as a simple misdemeanor charge with a 7-day sentence turned into a life in solitary with no parole. Buttface now has 2 words tattooed on his knuckles: Lil and Gate. The Edward the Great Magician. The Edward the Great eventually arrived at Becky Schneiderman's birthday celebration. He hit the ground running with his tried and tested routine. He opened with pick a card, moved into is that your handkerchief, and ended strong with the classic how many eggs do you have in your pocket trick. Unfortunately, none of these impressed any of the preteen partygoers, which the Edward could clearly see now that he had his glasses. After his performance, the Edward enjoyed a piece of vanilla cake and awkwardly waited for Mr. Schneiderman to settle his payment. With a check in his pocket, the Edward went straight to his parents' garden shop to boast of his success. Unfortunately, the Edward's parents didn't consider a check for 37 gold, 40 before deducting the price of the piece of vanilla cake, to be much of a success. They were very disappointed in their son's career choice, which the Edward could clearly see because of his glasses. Gary and Julian were pumped to see you at the rally. They boasted to all their friends they not only convinced the small human to let them in, but they even got her to attend a Goblin Liberation Army rally. After you left, the GLA leader pulled Gary and Julian aside to personally thank them for helping to bridge the gap between groups. This meant a lot to Julian, whose belief in the cause burned bright and hot. Gary, however, couldn't quite let go of his daydream of a world where he actually was a powerful mage, not just a goblin pretending to be one. Sure, he would still support the efforts of the GLA, but he could do it while making fireworks disappear from his fingertips, or while conjuring miniature unicorns to delight and entertain his pals. What started as a simple two goblins in a trench coat grift woke something up for Goblin Gary. From this day on, he would begin his quest to become a wizard. Now all he needed was a robe, a scar, and a depressing orphan story. After stopping at the Twisted Sister for a glass of his tipple of choice, Echo proceeded to head down to Pinhead's, the local bowling club in the Sprawl, where his team was playing for League Night. Regrettably, without the calming effects of the particularly potent Peace Blossom, he was an absolute wreck, and his team not only lost their match, but they were disqualified from the league for Echo's bowling partner pulled out a blunderbuss during the game. That's a bummer, dude. Having lost So You Think You Could Save a Princess, Neil Warkiller fell into a barbarian depression and left the Sprawl. After a week of sulkily trudging along the countryside, Neil discovered a quaint farmer's market populated by elderly locals. Lending a hand here and there were the various farmers selling their produce. The once fierce fighter found employment and ultimately peace with a flower vendor. On his way out of the studio, Articulous Flame Hands got a static shock from the door handle. Then he got one from touching a coin, and another one before he bumped into an empty suit of armor. This phenomenon lasted an entire week, during which time he found it impossible to eat with metal culture or drink from his favorite beer stein. He lost 3 pounds. Perry Shoutson. After winning So You Think You Can Save a Princess, Perry Shoutson threw down one of his patented smoke bombs to make his swift escape. Once outside, after recovering from minor smoke inhalation, the sly thief began to pickpocket, stalk, and eavesdrop on everyone in the Sprawl for any dirt on the whereabouts of the lost princess. And then it hit him. It was a brick thrown by somebody angry at Perry for stealing their wallet. Seems that the thief had failed his hide in shadows check, and there was a small mob forming around him. A trusty smoke bomb would get him out of this bind, he thought, and it would have if he hadn't used his last smoke bomb to exit the game show studio. After retrieving their stolen property, the mob carried Perry to the tallest tower in the Sprawl and threw him off. No one would ever be bothered by Perry Shoutson again.